This is the kind of thing that kind of bugs me as an Xbox Series X fan and as an Xbox owner in general. We keep seeing this happen a little bit lately, and to say that it's frustrating is a little bit of an understatement. Now, this isn't even a game that I'm particularly interested in, but it's a game that's getting incredibly good scores. That's another topic for another day, considering the performance issues seem to be across the board. The funny thing, just before I get too far into this topic, to me, Elden Ring. Now, the Soul series is something I'm 100% not into. It seems like people like these games for mostly because it's a series that's traditionally tougher, and that's what draws people to it. And all of them tend to get incredibly really good review scores. But the odd thing is, and I think this game's sitting at a 97 on the Metacritic. The odd thing to me is that it seems like only the top fans are reviewing the game. It's like everybody that's reviewed it is a huge fan of Soul series, whereas with other games, you'll see people who maybe aren't a fan of that genre, who's never had experience with that genre, play it and then review the score and give it a score as such, right? And not only that, a lot of the reviews we've seen were like, oh, well, I had to switch to a console version of the game because it was so poorly optimized on PC, and the Xbox version is 15 frames per second worse than the PS5 version, but hey, let's score it a 97, right? But I mean, listen, that's completely neither here nor there, but it is just kind of funny to me. I did want to get into this as an Xbox fan. I'm seeing a lot of Xbox fans talk about this, and so it was definitely something that, kind of happens more and more lately, and I don't understand it. I literally don't understand it, but I wanted to get into it. I know you guys want to talk about it. It's a hot topic. Hey, what's up, everybody? Crap Gamer here with Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you very much for checking it out. This is your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice a few changes around here, but that shouldn't stop you from giving us a like, and possibly even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. I know how busy you are, and it just makes it all that much better when you guys come check out the videos and let me know what you're doing. Leave a like. That's what I do. I love it when you guys like the videos. It keeps me going. It helps the videos to get seen. And it's just very much appreciated. So thank you guys very much. Now, on to this. So Elden Ring, a game that I'm not super interested in, but this is something that's starting to pile up if you're a Xbox Series X owner. And there were some rumors that there was some kind of situation with a dev kit that was downgraded or something like that. I don't know the whole story, but this is really weird. So one of the first Elden Ring console comparison videos has surfaced, which show the game running on PS5, PS4 Pro, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One X, and Xbox One. Now, back in November of last year, they already reported on a current-gen console comparison videos from closed network tests. This comparison showed how the game apparently ran best on Sony's next-gen console, sporting higher shadow quality, faster load times, and better performance alongside optimization. The comparison, however, also showed that optimization of the game could still be improved, as we could clearly see some performance swings on all platforms due to the game's unlocked frame rate. Now, with the review embargo from Software's title now being lifted, a new comparison video has released, courtesy of a YouTube channel, which I'm going to link this article. You guys can check it out. The takeaway from the comparison, well, although the video was made without the game's Day 1 patch install, the PlayStation 5 version still appears to be the best optimized version of the game. Performance on Sony's console fluctuates, but not as much as on Xbox Series X and S. Interestingly, the PS4 version seems to hold up pretty well, albeit with a lower frame rate and lower quality lighting and foliage. Basically, please note that comparison is made without upcoming Day 1 patches for the game, such as performance and optimization should improve across all platforms. Obviously, it launches tomorrow, whatever, but it is, like, to me, this is frustrating, and I realize that it could be looked at as a moot point since the patch has already been kind of updated or whatever, but it's still performing best on the PlayStation 5, which is so weird to me that this is something that's happening, and everybody is kind of talking about this, and I'm seeing some Xbox fans even be kind of upset about this. Now, during the Digital Foundry analysis, we had quite a little bit of interesting situation with the consoles. The performance metrics that they actually saw in the game's network test last year, largely unchanged on PlayStation 5 and Series X. Both continue to offer two modes, a frame rate mode and a quality mode. However, even running on a launch day patch, the frame rate mode continues to run at a range of 45 to 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5 and Series X, while the quality mode on each range between 30 and 60. Both machines run with entirely unlocked frame rates, and much like the network test, there's still no 30 frames per second cap. To even when the wavering rendering in quality mode, the result is a highly variable performance for the quality mode in particular, where 60 FPS is rarely, if ever, achieved. Now, in comparison, the PS5 is typically operating at a higher frame rate than Series X, though clearly neither is ideal. The bottom line is neither console offers a consistent 60 frames per second in the final release. That being said, there are workarounds for each platform, with worth considering if that's your only way of playing the game. The Xbox Series X is greatly improved by its system-level support for variable refresh rate. If you have a supporting display, VRR helps minimize the perceived judder in its 45 to 60 frames per second range in frame rate mode, creating a smoother experience by matching the screen refresh and the frame rate. This may not be a solution for everybody, but those with a compatible TV, it's best option on Xbox right now. Series S users also benefit from VRR here, given the platform's frame rate mode runs between 40 and 60 FPS right now. Though not perfect, given the Series S performance veers more often towards the lower end range of the Xbox Series X. Meanwhile, hitting a stable 60 on at PS5 involves another tactic entirely. Sadly, VRR support isn't available. So with the network test, simply running the PS4 app on PS5 clears up the frame rate to a smooth 60. The frame rate, the trade-off actually is the game runs at a lower resolution. It appears to what to be is a constructed 1800p, and with no lower settings in grass density than the native PS5 version. This is fundamentally the PS4 Pro code path, using the higher power of the PS5 to hit a more consistent performance level. But even with the trade-offs, running a PS4 app on PS5 is currently the best option on any console to achieve a consistent frame rate at 60 frames per second. So basically, this game runs like kind of crap right now, and it's just one of those things that continues to happen to Xbox. And yes, VR, I get it because I have a TV that supports it, but it's just a little bit of a shame that the most powerful console in the world yet has to rely on something that very few people have a TV that's set up for that. So it's just odd to me that even with these patches in place, we have a situation where the game is performing better on the PlayStation 5, and you have to do all these weird things for a 97 rated game. To me, it's just kind of odd that it's kind of the way that it is, and it's being like lauded as like the best thing since sliced bread. That to me is a little bit strange, but again, that's just one of those things that kind of I've come to expect. We never know what's really going to happen in the future when it comes to a lot of these types of games, but at the same time, these games are going to continue to score well. It's just odd to me, and not to get into a tangent again, because like I said, these aren't my types of games, but it's just so odd that the only people that pretty much reviewed these games are fans of them, right? It'd be like, I know maybe you guys don't know who he is, but Xbot448, who's like the biggest Halo fan ever. If you had people like that review Halo, right, it probably would have scored in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something there that doesn't really add up to me. But with that being said, I would appreciate you guys to like the videos. And if you guys do want to subscribe, please hit the bell so you're notified of all the content as soon as it drops. Have a great day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Crap Gamer out.